Hello, everyone. My name is John D. Harden, and this is my brief presentation for CTS-217. The topic that I chose was critical path method in IT project planning, and this presentation will explain what critical path method is and how it can be best implemented in IT project management. So first of all, what is CPM? Well, CPM, Critical Path Method, is a project management method that focuses on the critical path, which is the longest sequence of tasks in the project network where any delay directly delays the completion of the entire project. These tasks are considered to have zero float or slack without impacting the end date for the project. Secondly, what are the key points of CPM and how is it implemented in project planning? Well, the following steps help to create a framework that describes how CPM can be used in IT project management. So first, you want to list all your activities. You break down expected deliverables and identify every task that's required to deliver. Then you determine your dependencies, define logical sequences for completion, like your finish to start relationships, etc. Then you estimate durations, where you try to provide realistic estimates for each task and how long it's going to take to complete. Create a network diagram, essentially like a visual aid to help demonstrate how things are going to be finished. Commonly used for this would be an activity on node format of visualizing the project. Then you want to create or perform your forward pass and your backward pass. Your forward pass, you calculate the earliest possible start and finish times for each task. And your backward pass, you just do the opposite. You calculate the latest allowed start and finish times for each task. Then you calculate float, identify any tasks that have zero float or no slack time for delivery dates. Identify the critical path. You use the sum of all task durations along the longest path, resulting in the minimum duration. And finally, you monitor and update, track progress, recalculate, etc. So third, what is one example of using CPM in IT project planning? Well, the following is a hypothetical example of a web application development project with several various tasks and how using CPM can assist in managing deliverables and deadlines. As you can see, A through G each represent a task that must be completed in order to complete the project in its entirety. And as you can see, going down the list here, B depends on A, C depends on A, etc. So this will help to demonstrate the float or lack of float. So based on this information, one possible path would be represented as A to B to D to E to F to G with all of the estimated dates listed as well, adding to 38. So the tasks on this path have zero float and must be completed within the close monitoring to ensure accuracy. C has some available float, and that's why it wasn't listed in the sequence given. So as you can see, this is a better visual aid. This is a Gantt chart that helps to detail the breakdown of the tasks and their expected deadlines in relation to one another. I think it's just an easy way to get a good visual on everything. And so next, we're going to briefly mention advantages and possible disadvantages of CPM. So CPM is commonly used within or alongside other methods of project management, including waterfall or hybrid methods to assist in planning an organization, but it's less commonly used with the agile method due to critical path method's rigidity and the assumption of fixed deadlines and float. So there's really not a lot of wiggle room, which can not work very well with some certain methodologies here. And finally, here are my sources. So out of these three, the Asana guide was definitely the most beneficial for me in terms of introductory, baseline stuff for CPM. So I would recommend that the most to anybody who would be curious in learning more on their own. And that really about wraps it up. Thank you for watching, and I hope that this has been helpful for anybody who's curious about critical path method in relation to IT or project planning or management in general. Thank you, and goodbye.